It's the magic of math here, and today we're asking ourselves, is it rational? And we're going to look at different expressions and determine if it represents a rational value or not. Here's our question. We're asked which of the following expressions have a value that is rational? And we're going to select the two correct answers from these 5 answer choices. Here's where you pause the video, do your best work, and then come back to see mine. Good luck. Welcome back. So we want to identify the 2 correct answers. So 2 of these expressions are rational. So let's understand first that rational is a number that can be written as a fraction. So 8 is rational, even though it's a whole number, it can be written as 8 over 1. Or something like 2/3 is rational because it can be written as a fraction. So when we talk about being irrational, we want to understand that anything involving pi is irrational, and any non-perfect square or non-perfect cube root. So this is an irrational number because it does not have a whole number equivalent. It will be a repeating decimal that never terminates and has no pattern. So let's go and look at our answer choices. So let's consider pi squared. No matter what I do to pi, it's always going to be irrational. So not rational, we're going to eliminate pi squared. Looking at B, pi add 3. Again, if I have an irrational number pi and I add 3 to it, it's still irrational. So we're going to eliminate that answer choice as well. All right, let's clear our workspace. We're going to have to do some work here to identify whether or not this is a rational number. So when I look at this, the first thing I want to do is evaluate or write this in simpler terms. This is just one approach. This is how I would do it. I'm going to rewrite this with a fractional exponent. So the 5th root of 3 can also be written as 3 with an exponent of 1 over 5. So 1/5 as its exponent is the same as the 5th root. 5th root. All right, now we're going to share this exponent of 5 to both terms inside. So we're going to say 2 to the 5th and 1 to the 1/5 to the 5th. So that's what it looks like. 2 to the 5th, that's 1 power. The second is 3, and then multiply the exponents, 1/5 times 5. So 2 to the 5th, right here, is going to be 32. Then 1/5 times 5 is 1, giving me 3 to the 1, or 3. 32 times 3 is 96. That is definitely a rational number. All whole numbers are rational. So we have our first correct answer, C. Let's clear the workspace and look at D. So when I look at this, the first thing I want to do is we have a cube here. 2 cubed, 2 times 2 times 2 is 8. Now I can look at the square root of 2 to the 4th power. So I'm going to rewrite 2, the square root of 2, with a fractional exponent. So 8 plus 2 to the 1/2 is the same as the square root of 2. 1/2 times 4 is my next job. That is 2. 2 squared is 4. Add 8, and that is equal to 12, which is a whole number, and whole numbers are rational. So we have our second answer. I want to look at E just to be sure I have not made a mathematical error. So when I look at 5 times the square root of 2, subtract 4 times the square root of 2, these are like terms because they are both being multiplied to the same square root. So that means I'm going to keep the square root and subtract these factors. 5 subtract 4 is 1, multiplied by the square root of 2. So think of it as 5x subtract 4x, 1x. 5 square root of 2 subtract 4 square root of 2 is 1 square root of 2, which is just the square root of 2. That is a non-perfect square, making it irrational and not rational. So it's not one of our correct answers. So answers C and D are our rational expressions. And that is how we determine if an expression is rational or not. We're looking for pi, non-perfect squares, and non-perfect cubes. Thanks for joining me today at The Magic of Math, where we continue to master math one video at a time. I hope you come back soon and you have a great day.